3, 2, 1, let's go. Hey, what's up guys, it is me Suryansh. I hope you guys are doing great, and today we are going to be building a project based on NFT, and it is going to be a completely on-chain deployed NFT. Plus there will be one more thing, that it can change its state. Okay, so I recently learned about Mood NFT from Patrick, and it was quite amazing, so I thought I'd make my own version of it and also deploy it as my project. Okay, so now we will be deploying it on. Actually, the project is completely going to be applied on a blockchain, but the blockchain that we will be using for it will be offline. Okay, so it is not that I will be using a testnet or mainnet to deploy that chain, deploy that NFT, because it is going to be really expensive for that, and I cannot do that. Okay, so I'd rather make that NFT on my own. Okay, now I've made my directory. You can see my screen now. Okay, I'm going to just first import my images here. Okay, so, or I will just do forge in it. Okay. Okay, I have here some of the things, so I will just I'm just removing my folder. I think there are some of the content that is still there, or maybe not. I will just go inside and 3D my NFT LS, and I will just delete those files that are not required. So okay, I don't know. Why is that so? Okay, whatever, I will just do it anyway. Forge. Okay, so I initialized it, but there is no git modules. I don't know why is it saying so. Initializing home directory and my directory filter OS error 2. It was working fine a while ago, and git modules are not initialized, so I have to. Okay, I'll do just one thing. Okay, give me a second. I will just delete this whole directory. So rm and yeah. Okay, now we can easily do forge in it here. Yeah, it works fine now. Yes, so great. Okay, so it's done. Okay, now we can continue on. We can just import those OpenZappling contracts first, and then we can just import directly ERC721 token. So that will make many of the things easier, right? Okay, so I'll do that. So forge install, because it's a library. OpenZappling is provides us a library, so we can use it to just directly access the smart contracts, or you can say the tokens, because otherwise the work will be very big, and we don't want to work so hard. We should be lazy enough. We should do our things on our own. So let's do it. Okay. So I've imported it, and I think we got this here in the library. Okay, so we got Forge STV and OpenZappling contracts. Great. Now we'll delete these whole counter files which are not required by us, so we'll just delete them. Okay, great. So now we are going to make our own thing. Let me just import the image files also. So I have them here, and I will just move this img to my okay, yeah, now it should be here. So yeah, now I'm here. Okay, so I've imported those image files. You can see this is one of those images, and this is one of those images. Let me see if it just it works fine. So I have imported both of the images right here, and there is one hot and a cool SVG. I also thought I'd deploy like 3 images or 4, but the main point is that if I deploy more of the images, it is going to be more gas expensive. However, I can really easily do that, but I'm not planning to do so. If you want, you can just try that also. It's going to be quite easy, but I'm not doing it for a purpose that it's not actually required. However, it will be pretty much cool. Or let's do it. I will just import one of those SVGs. I'm not going to write those SVGs, obviously. I just ask for it. Okay. So right here, I will just generate another image. Okay. Generate me another greeny type image. Okay. SVG. Also, so it suits right. Yep, I got it. So we have it here. It looks good. Whoa, this looks pretty good, to be honest. And yeah, this is a good one. So we are going to just copy that and take it here, new file, and green SVG. Makes sense. And yeah, we got this. And there is no background, right? Yeah, great. Because I removed those black background, because it is just going to make our image bigger and it will be hard to deploy, so rather not do it. Okay. Also, we have removed all of the useless all of the useless spaces and all kind of things, so that makes our code much more cleaner, as well as easier to store on the blockchains. Okay, so now we are moving further. So let's make our first contract. That is going to be a ERC721 contract. So okay, so what should I call this? Dynamic NFT? Nah, let's make some cool name. VibeNFT. Okay. Okay, yeah. VibeNFT sounds good. Huh. I don't know what is the latest version that these days is going on, so what is going on? I will need to check, but for now I'm just going to use, oh, I don't need this. Yeah, I'm just going to 0.8.19 because that's the version I worked last on, so I think that will work. Now we are going to import that library from OpenZapman contracts, and I will just rather copy it, or okay, it should be here in tokens. Yeah, it was right here. So okay, I can just import it from there. The name was, now first I will just put the name of ERC721. Yeah, there was no space. From OpenZapman contracts, no, not this, tokens. Okay, where do something wrong? It was OpenZapman contracts, then token. Yeah, I'm right. 721. Yeah, that's great. So we got it. Okay, now we are just going to make our contract here. So VibeNFT is ERC721. Okay, so we got it right here. Now we are going to make a constructor where we can import all of the images first. So let's do that. Okay, so we are going to see this SVG file that we are using is going to be a string, right? So if you are trying to store it on chain, we should store it inside a string, so that will be better, right? Let's do that. Or maybe not. If we just store the image first and then we completely convert that metadata, nah, it's going to be a problem. So rather I will just store the metadata, right? So it's some different stuff. I'm just thinking about it in my mind. So I will just make the constructor first. Okay, constructor, and I have to check whether ERC721 has some constructor. So does it? If it does have, I have to pass the name and token. I guess so. let me just find it. Constructor, yeah, it does have a name and symbol, so I have to pass it in. Okay, so okay, ERC721, I have to just let it remaining as it is, ERC721. Now I have to pass a name here, so what name I can give? VibeNFT, and I will just give that symbol as VM itself. It looks good, right? And yeah, seems fine. Okay, now on chain that we will be deploying the images and all kind of things, so we will need to convert those images into a URI, and we will require token counters also to store each of the token, to check whether which token is which one. We can say more about it like a token ID. Okay, so let's do that. So token ID is going to be 256 public or intro. No, I think no, we can't do it public. We have to make it private, or maybe private. Let's do it private, and as token count, token ID or token counter, whatever. We'll just give it a token ID. Then what will we need? We will need 3 images, so I have to store them in that form. So let's do it. String memory, not memory. We are not trying to do that, so I don't. S underscore, and here we have 3 images: cool, green, hot. So let's do that. Cool SVG data. Or URI, let's say URI, because we are going to be storing that as a URI, right? So I will explain it in a second when I build it. Just let me do it. Okay, we got all of these 3 here, and in the constructor now, if we get 3 URIs from here, so cool, green, and hot. I think cool, hot, green will be a better way to just suit it, so I'll just keep it down here. Yeah, seems fine. Okay, so here when I'm just trying to import some of the things, so using string memory, and I'll just import on them. So string memory for SVG URI, and one more, string memory green SVG. Now it's better. Okay, and first of all, I'm just going to initialize the token ID with 0, and cool SVG URI as cool SVG URI. So yeah, that's good. And hot SVG URI with hot SVG URI. And at the last, we are going to do this green SVG URI with green SVG URI. Okay, great. So we have done it up till here. Basically, what we are trying to do, first of all, we have got the token ID, and we are initializing the token ID with 0. Okay, and also we are going to be storing each of the the image data in the form of URI. Okay, so now there is something I want to tell you. Whenever we are just trying to open some image like this in the form of if you just want to open this image in a browser, you will need some of the data. Okay, and it looks something like this: data, image, SVG plus XML. Then it's like here, something like this. I don't really remember it completely, but it's kind of similar. So we will need to just start to make it like this, and then you have to add some image data right here. So let's say we are trying to do base64. I have that conversion rate in here, so I can convert cool SVG into base64. Wait a second, img slash, yeah, got the data here. So if I just copy it, I will open readme, just remove it from here, and I will just put the data image slash svg plus xml, something like this, and then this data, I don't really remember, was it like this? I will just take a reference on my old image, or I will just ask him, how do I open it in our browser? What is the initial part? Going by Base64. Yeah, data URI. Yeah, completely forgot it. Okay, yeah, I was missing the Base64. Okay, so we are basically importing this and Base64, or maybe I'll just paste it. Yeah, there was a comma. Okay. So okay, when I've got it here, if I just take this whole thing and put it in my browser, yeah, I got this image, and we can just zoom it in. It can be any size. Okay, so I can zoom it anywhere where I want. Oops, it's not doing it by then, but okay, it does enough. Okay, so it is opening. So this is our, which one? This is our cool image UI, or cool SVG UI, whatever you say. Okay, same way we are going to just convert our hot image. Okay, so hot image UI followed by this one, so I will just take this also and Base64 it. Copy it, paste it here. Great. And last but not least, there is going to be one more, which is green SVG, and I'm going to do that Base64 also. So ng slash green SVG. Okay, no, good. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, and I'm gonna test them out also. Green SVG URI. I did it correctly. Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah. I guess PG. Let's see this. I will need to check, to be honest, because I'm not sure. I will just copy it one more time. And just paste it here. Yeah, it wasn't. And I will just copy this part also, which is required to be followed. Now I'm going to test them out. So if that is working fine, we've got everything correct here. Okay, so oops, I got to the other side. Okay, here is the red one and whatever the green one. Okay, great. So we've got all three correctly here. This is basically the format that our browser can read, and if we just store this form in form of a blockchain, like we store these all kind of storage data, or data you can say, in the form of blockchain, okay, or in blockchain, it will be easier to access also, and we will not require anything like a IPFS node or a local node that will make our things a bit centralized, and I want it to be completely decentralized. So we can just use this encoding, which is Base64 encoding, to convert it into something like this, and the way you have to access it needs to be followed by this particular type, which is called I don't know what to call it, data URI. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, also we are going to convert these all kind of things into a metadata also. That is what our blockchain will read. So there is a metadata that will be a JSON format. Okay, it will be in a JSON format that our browser will read, and in there we have to just insert this part of this part of data into the image URI section so that our NFT can be accessed properly with all of the required details. Okay, it is much complicated, but I will make it simpler as we go on. Okay, now once we are coming here, okay, we are going to just give it a padding, or you can say we can make something like there is a function in ERC721 which is base URI function. Let me show you. There's a base URI function. So what this does is not this one, base URI. Let me just find it again. Yeah, we got it. So this is base URI, and what it does is it returns some of the string, but this doesn't contain anything, and we have to just override the function. That's why it is marked as a virtual function. Okay, if we override this function and then we modify it in such a way that we can use it later for our NFTs to deploy something, or just give it a padding, it will help us. Okay, I know I'm making it complicated, but I will explain it in a later section. Just give me a second because I know what I'm doing. Okay, so here function public. Do I have to make it public? I'm not sure. Depends on what it is, and even I'm doing it wrong. Okay, base URI. I don't know what I was thinking. Base URI, it doesn't require anything for now, and it was a internal view virtual. Okay, so I will just copy this exact thing and paste it here, and just do it here. And instead of this, we are going to make it up override. That's it. Now returns. Now let me think about it. If we just pass a string to this, and let's say it is a base64 string, okay, this part, it requires to return this string along with which gets attached with the data part, which is here, this part. What if I do that? I mean, it can be a good thing, to be honest, so let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to modify this base URI into something like that, but this doesn't take anything, so we can't really send anything inside this. Okay, I'll do that. So let's only return the part that we are working on. Okay, so okay, let's do that. I'm going to just copy this part and keep it here. Got it. Now once we've done the base URI, we are going to just modify the token URI part, which actually defines the metadata that we are providing about the NFT. Okay, so where is the token URI? Here is token URI, and it is a virtual keyword one, means right now we are only getting an empty string here. Okay, so we have to modify it in our own way, that what we want to return it as a metadata. Okay, I'll explain it in a second. Okay, so function, let's go token URI internal. I think it was internal, right? Okay, was public. Okay, so basically we've got this okay, right here. So public, and here I don't really need to do this. I will just override it. Okay, right here we've got that done, and now we are continuing further. Okay, so if we have got some string, okay, let's say it is a string that is trying to just define the current state of NFT. So we have to, but this is token URI, so we basically need to convert it into metadata. Now if I got it, okay, I have to just make the whole string in the form of metadata or JSON, but it is not the word. The hard work So what I can do is I can rather ask ChatGPT to do this for me. So write me a metadata for this image section, for this section, but don't include the image URI and the name that will get provided by me. Now, according to this, we are just going to write our own part here. Okay. Okay. What is it fixing? Let me just give it a second. Okay, it edited my own. It included Base64. Oh yeah, I needed that Base64, but why did it do that? Oh, it did this also. And this guy's crazy, for real. But attributes and it included that description. It included an on-chain more vibe. Okay, attributes trade collection. Okay, great. The trade that's given this one also. Okay, but I haven't got the part. I mean, I was going to include Base64 when it will be required, but it did it before that. And this is correct. This is what did it modify? Owner of token ID. What is it? What did he do? Why did he do this? Owner of token ID. Sometimes it just takes my mind. Why is that so? Anyways, I don't know why did he do that? What is this owner of function doing? Let me see. Okay, so it will just return the address and address required. Okay, so it is checking that whether it is a valid address or not, probably. I don't know, I'm just removing it because it is not required. Yeah, definitely this metadata was required. And as we have got this token ID right here, I will need to take the reference from my previous project here because I'm not sure how it works. Okay, let me just see it in my other part. So I have made this mood NFT, but I'm just going to take the reference here. Now token URI. Okay, I was definitely getting it. Token URI. Okay, the metadata was here. It is it happy, is sad? Okay, we have to change this, check the state, which state is it is in. I think okay. Yeah, image URI. I know that section, but technically I need some help here. Let me understand. I know it is taking it. I know this is going on, but is it correct? I guess so. I will need to think about it. Wait. So if I'm just taking this whole part, okay, and this is the metadata, but this metadata is not required. Is not required to be in the form of an encoded string. So I will require to convert it first into a Base64, and before that we have to convert it into a bytes also. I know that's a lot of things, but give me a second. Okay, so first of all, what I'm seeing right here is the image and attributes, but he left the name and other parts, so I have to edit myself. Okay, so I have to just copy it. Okay, and here I will need to add the name. Okay, so when I'm adding the name, I have to add my comma here, and now I'm going to add name here, and here instead of the name itself, Okay, description and on chain. Okay, so I will need to remove this first. I will definitely require this, but description, comma, okay, definitely, that's good. And now all I have to do is I have to remove this part. That's a lot of work, to be honest. Yeah, so I will rather just take this here. What if I do? And now I just remove it all. Also, I will just remove this part so it will look better, and we'll add a looks fine. Now the name, whichever we got here, let's see. Now we have to check which mood is it here. So okay, we'll define it later. First of all, I think I will need to make an enum here, enum, which will keep cool, hot, or green. Okay, cool, hot, or green. And now I will make a token ID. I will make a URI section, and that will map to in which mood is a particular token ID is. What about that? Makes sense, right? Yes, it definitely does. So I will make a mapping here, and the mapping will be U into 56.2. Wait a second. Am I doing something wrong? U into 56.2. Did I need to put some name? Oh, I didn't name it, my bad. Yeah, Vibe. Okay, now it's good. And now I will put some name. Vibe check as to no way, it's gonna be awkward. Okay, so token ID to token ID to Vibe. I guess that works. Okay, I'm just going to check if I just did something on force compile. Yeah, I definitely did. I didn't put anything here, so that's why it is asking for it. Okay. So I have to put it here. Now let me check. It does what? Description. There's some extra space, I guess. Is this it? Let me check. Yeah, it is not a part. That's great. Consider using nest token, but yeah, it is compiling perfectly. So yeah, that's great. So now I will need to add a name here, like whichever, whatever. I will need to add something here which will just concatenate the whole string into ABI encode, but let me wait for it. Okay. Now first of all, I have to check what mode is there. Okay, so what is the current situation of the token, based on which we will just update it. Okay, so if s underscore token ID to Vibe token s underscore token ID, yeah token ID, sorry, my bad, is equal to vibe.cool. We have to just mark it as a cool SVG, right? Or make the metadata as cool. Yeah. So basically what I have to do is I have to do image URI is equal to, okay, I have to make it. So I have to generate it right here. string image URI is equal to just image URI. Okay, let's not string image URI, and I will need to store something else also. It is going to be the name. It is going to be the image URI. So image URI and name, I will need to do them both. So I will also need one more thing, which is the name part, and a string name, and I will just update both of them right here inside this. So image URI is equal to, if the vibe is cool, I have to set as the cool image URI, s_cool image URI. That's great. And name is going to be cool SVG. Okay. Else if s_token id to vibe s, the token id is equal to vibe dot hot. It is going to be and name is going to be hot SVG. Yeah, hot vibe or hot vibe, right? Cool vibes. And here it goes, hot vibes. Okay. And now, one more last thing. If it's not either one of those, we can just mark it as green SVG, right? I think it's correct, right? Yeah, it's correct. And garden vibes, yeah, that looks good. No, green vibes. Okay, minty vibes. That feels good, right? Minty green vibes. Let's make it more cool. Hot vibes seems so simple. What about flamey hot vibes? Cool oceanic vibes. Yeah, that looks much better, right? Okay, so now we can add it in here, name. Okay, and here we can add the image metadata. So I will need to just do a comma, and I have to do image. Okay. Do I need to just close it? Not sure. Where do I put the image? Let me make sure. Where do I put image data? Is it supposed to be inside the brackets? I'm not sure, because I don't know much about JSON, so I sometimes ask it. So I'm adding the image part. Yes, okay. I already added the image part, but the URI, so I can bet so. Go before attributes or after it, so I have to just keep it before attributes. Now I can do it myself, it's not a problem for me. So now I've got this image part, and so if I just added this image, I have to also just put it inside this. So just a second, I will need this one here also. And now I just need to put the image URI, and yeah, close it, start it here, and there is supposed to be an ending one. So yeah, I am also missing something here, which is a closing tag, right? So it basically starts here, opening tag, name, and closing tag here. I think this wasn't helpful that much. Okay, and close the name, comma. Did I add the comma? Nope, I didn't. So I have to edit right now. Okay, And then we move on to the next part, description. An on-chain NFT that fulfills a flex a mood or vibe. I can also just add this or much customized, but I'm not doing it right now. Okay, I've added the image URI. I also need one more thing, like this is single quote. Now I need to do this double quote. So it is enclosed, now a comma. Yeah, that looks good. Now I'm going to convert it into a bytes object so that I can easily convert it. Okay, so I'm going to convert it into a bytes object, and now I'm also going to encode it into a Base64 where it is required that we use this Base64, but he already did it. I was going to do it. I feel pretty much bad. I should have done it, but it's okay. Okay, so Base64 encoding. This is basically a function of OpenZeppelin that it requires this functionality to convert those NFT images or any kind of data into a Base64 conversion that helps us in deploying NFTs or anything to convert it into a data form that is easily accessible by any of the browsers. Okay, so Base64 encode. Okay, it is right here, and I'm gonna format this. So what the heck happened? So in this section, I think I did something wrong. Oh, I didn't use okay, forge and FMT, my bad. Okay, I did something wrong as well. Where did I do that? Okay. Do I need a comma? Oh, I need a separator. Am I doing something wrong? I think so. Maybe I will add this. Now is what happened? Am I doing something wrong? What is that? Filling comma not allowed. So it removed it. So now it's correct. Am I doing it somewhere else? Filling comma. Okay, so I will do one thing. I will remove it from here. Will that be okay? Not sure, let me try. Yeah, got it. Oh, I fixed it for you. What was that? Like, just give me a second. What did it change? Sometimes it's crazy. Okay, I will do a forge compile to test if everything works. Data, string image, storage, folder. Oh yeah, I require to assign up memory to it. String memory. I'm sometimes bad with the strings, to be honest. I need to practice more. Yeah, I think this will work. Okay. Forge compile. And there is something left also. Oh yeah, this was still remaining. I have to just work it out because it's supposed to be a bytes object. And I'm not finished yet because I have to concatenate it with something else, which was the Base64 object. Sorry, Base64. It was base URI. Yes, base URI. So base URI, and now at the end I have to again do API.encode fact, and one more time I'm going to convert it into a bytes object. Okay, so remove this and bytes object. Okay, misclick's happening. and I will do a forge definitely formatted. Yeah, that looks pretty good now. So we basically got this part, name, then it closes, the description, this is completely fine. Here it's start, image URI is here, attributes, trade type, what kind of NFT it is, selection, storage, fully on chain. That's good, pretty good, it looks good. Now forge, compile one more time. Okay, no, okay, yeah, he's right. I have to use the function, not the variable. Forge, compile. Okay, now I'm pretty good now. That's great, that's great. Now what do? We are going to make a function that can flip our vibe or mood. So let's do that. Function flip vibe. Flip the vibe. I can also make discrete function for that, but what about just not making it? Well, we can, but sometimes calling those functions will only result in doing nothing because the vibe is same. We can make it. Let's do it. It is going to teach us a lot more about it things, so why not? Okay. This is going to be a public function because this can be called by any of the person who wants to flip the NFT, but we have to make sure that the person who's calling the contract is approved. Okay, so he should be the one who made that. Who is the owner of that NFT? That's right. So to do that, I have to just check for any function that can help us with that, and there is we have a approve function where we have to just put, okay, so if he is approved to do that, or there is a get approved function if we want to approve someone. Is approved for all. So basically, if you want to know if someone is approved or not, how will we know? Okay, function get approved, set approval for all, transfer from. I will just check it thoroughly. Is approved or not? Yeah, we got this. There is a function that will help us understand whether the caller and the token ID are related to each other, or one is the owner, or the one, like if it's my NFT, I will be the only one who can just interact to it, right? So this function will help us with that. Okay, so I'm just going to copy it. Okay, and public view. It's not a view function, so public, yeah, it's a public function. I will just add something if I just feel like I have to. Okay, if is approved or owner, and here we are getting basically the token ID error, right? 256 token ID. Okay, so is approved or owner, message.sender is the owner and the token ID. Now what does it do? It returns a bool. Okay, if it's not true, it will return false, and if it returns false, it means it is not the owner. Okay, so it's approved or owner. Okay, I will just do one thing just for the more clarity. Okay, and if he's not the owner, what did I do? If he's not the owner, okay, if he's not the owner, then we are going to emit an error. So I will make an error. Mode and sorry, VibeNFT __ is not owner or approved. Is it right? Can't flip the vibe. if not owner or approved. Yeah, now it's better. Okay, great. Okay, so here we go. Revert VibeNFT. Okay, great. So up till now we have made it up till this part. Made an error. Enum. I can keep the enum here, down here, but it's for the same. I don't know why I just keep messing up things around, but it's my way. Okay, so now here we've got the error. It is also required to be kept here, I guess, because you have to keep it. That's the way to organize. Yeah, now it's better. And I will just remove these redundant spaces. And I guess this is okay now. No, if it's not, it will not revert, and if it's not going to revert, I will just check it once again. Forage compile. I'm a bit skeptical about things sometimes, and yeah, I needed this. It makes me think sometimes. Yeah, I had a feeling I'm doing something wrong. That's crazy. Okay. Now, if I just want to flip the vibe, I can do it with any of them, right? Like, it's not supposed to be. Sometimes I just do this, sometimes I do that. So I can flip it into anything, but okay, let's go for order. Cool to hot, hot to green, green to cool. That's fine. Okay, so I will just take this, take it here, and now I will just do one thing, that I will just flip this part. Yeah, small work, not hard work. Okay, it's the hot one. Then we are going to flip it into green vibes. Yeah, okay, I didn't even write it. Crazy. Wait a second. Control first. I think I should make it. Nah. Okay, I will need to fix everything. I think I'm required to keep it this way. Okay, I have to fix some of the things also. Here I have to make it. This Enum, I forgot the way to write it. Just remember. Amazing. And now all I gotta do is just _vibe token ID. Oops. And then we have to just switch to cool again. Okay, I'm not missing any part. I'm definitely missing out on some of the things, but I got it now. Once again, I'm going to just explain the whole thing. This is our contract by NFT, ERC721 token, and we've got some of the things. This will store the URIs, okay, and this function is going to be just testing the metadata, okay. I think I should write a test for this because we are almost complete, but I think we have left one thing, which is the mint NFT function. So let me just check it out. If it's here, yeah, we do have a safe mint function. Okay, that's what we are going to be using to just mint an NFT to someone. Okay, so safe mint function. So okay, we are going to make a minting function also. So because otherwise what will mint? Okay, mess around things. Function mint NFT. Should I make it? Okay, and it is going to be a public function because anyone can mint it. And now, not anyone can mint it. It's the owner of this contract then only you can mint it, otherwise not. Right? Isn't it? Let me check. Address to safe mint. There is safe mint. Token ID. It does work like that. I think, yeah, the owner should be able to give the access to mint it. But there's a private key. Nah, anyone can mint it. I think yes. I'm just thinking of. Yeah, I'm right. It is not required to just check for owners, because anyone can mint the NFTs. That's why the owner can easily mint to anyone. So that's how it's going to work. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, so if we do a mint NFT and underscore safe mint, okay, there is something I need to care about. Okay, so address to from which address it's coming to which address, and the token ID. So I basically need both of the things here also. So from which address we are going to mint it, so to token ID, simple. And also we are going to just increase, we're going to increase what? We're going to increase the token ID as underscore token ID is equal to 0. So s underscore token ID to 0. Sorry, plus. Okay, and I think we are missing out on something. If we have just I don't need this, to be honest, because we already have our token ID. Okay, so with the address which we have to mint to, we only need that, and yeah, we can just transfer this all things. Now we also need to do one thing. We have to mark it in this also. So yeah, that's what we are missing out on, token ID, and we are going to give it a assign the which one, vibe dot who. Yeah, let's start with the who. I think I'm pretty much good now. Let's error, what is it? Emit, it is emit, right? Not error, my bad. Why am I just going like this? That should be this, but am I doing something wrong? It was error or emit? I sometimes forget these things. Maybe I messed up around. Identifier not found. It's not. Now is it correct? Yeah, it's not required. Okay, so I'm doing something wrong here. Am I doing this wrong? Holy shit, that was crazy. My intuition kicks in sometimes, huh? It really kicks in sometimes. Okay, so I was like, okay, maybe it's not error, it's emit. I need to put some of the work on these situations. Guess so. Okay, so we are done up to this part, and now further I have to write a deploy script for this. Okay, so let's do it. So I am going to write a deploy script again. Deploy VibeNFT.s.sol. Okay, SPTX license identifier MID pragma solidity 0.8.19, and then we are going to import the script from that. So import script from forge std/script. I guess so, that will work. Okay, and now we also need to just import VibeNFT. So VibeNFT. Okay, nope. Great. And now all I gotta just mark it contract deploy VibeNFT is script. That's good. And now we need to just make a function run here. Returns, it will return VibeNFT. So okay, now I have to just import the URIs, right? Wait, the deploy script should have them saved or not. Let me think about it for a while. Give me a second, I will come right back. I gotta go to the washroom. So okay, as now I'm back. First let me help you explain, like I will explain everything, like how it works. Okay, so basically when we are just writing this contract as ERC721, we are basically importing ERC721 token into this, but some of the functionalities are required to be defined by our own things. Okay, so I created a contract and I made this token ID because there is a particular token ID to each of the NFT that we are going to be displaying or making. Okay, then there is a mapping which stores what kind of vibe is attached. You can say, like, you can say a kid, you picked a kid, you picked a person, and you assigned some t-shirt to them. Okay, it's like that. So you have 5 people, now you are going to assign each person a particular color of t-shirt. Okay, so that way you can just organize them properly, and this is what it's doing. So we are basically marking a person as 1, 2, 3, 4, and what kind of color, what is the color of your shirt that you're wearing. I think you understood it, right? And then we are storing each of the SVG, okay, in the form of URI. We are not storing them in the form of SVG itself because it is going to be crazy. Okay, so we are not doing it. And here I think we need to store it in the form of string or bytes. Give me a second. What does this return? It just got me into my mind. I have to return a string right here, so I have to make it a string. Okay, so ABI encode pad, I have to convert it into bytes again, right? When I just made them that way. Okay, so it's already doing the same thing here. Well, now it doesn't need to because I'm doing it myself. So yeah, I basically did the same thing that it was doing right here. Base64-encoded metadata, and I did it right here. Should I change it? No. Yeah, I can change it definitely. So metadata, but well, what he did was much better, but okay, that's my way of writing it. So string bytes, I'm converting to bytes. Okay, let me see what it wrote. Is it the same thing? Yeah. And yeah, I don't need to convert it into the bytes object because it's already converted into the bytes. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, I did a lot of stuff right here. Let me explain. So this token URI function basically returns the URI of that token that it is in the form of. Okay, so we are basically returning the metadata depending on that NFT. Let's say we change the state of a particular NFT into something else, so the metadata will also change, will have to change, because it is required to be changed. Okay, now here I need to also do another thing, I guess, which is the metadata. I need to change the metadata when we put the vibe. Do we need to? I'm going to take the reference from the previous project now. So do we need to just change that? No, we don't need to. Okay, great, then we're good. Also, I will just take this because when we will be testing, it is required. So yeah, I will just put it into my Foundry.toml. So this will make us much easier. Some of the things. Also, there is another thing. I will be using my env file. So file.env. I don't really care about my credentials here, because even if you access some of the things, these are not my personal details, so it is not going to be any kind of problem for me. Although I shouldn't share my private key because it is going to be dangerous, I know. So I don't store it often, but storing it here is completely fine. Now coming back to the VibeNFT, we were going on a deploy part of it. Okay, here was the, yeah, I was explaining this. So by each of the one, I already explained base URI. It is going to be the starting part of the string that helps us access a particular Base64 form of image or anything into a browser. Okay, this constructor basically gives the name and the token to the ERC721 to just tell them, okay, our token name is VibeNFT and the token currency, you can say, is VN. Okay, then we are assigning the first token as E0 and storing the URI images into this storage variables. Okay, now coming back here, we've got the metadata part, everything. Okay, great. Now functions with the vibe. Now when we are flipping the vibe, this is pretty much easy. If else statement, I can also make it more like convert to fire, convert to water, like that, like make it cool, make it hot, make it green. So that will also work, but I will also need to just add revert to these kind of things. So yeah, it is going to be extra work, but I'll do it in the later section, or maybe just do it right now. Okay, so
it was blue or okay? Blue.
Someone interrupted me. Okay, so I'm back here. I was already here. It just was that I'm in my hostel, so I really need to manage some of the things. But anyway, let's get back to it. Okay, so I was trying to make another function, which function flip vibe to what? Hot? Yeah, that's good. Flip vibe to hot. It requires, yes, the same thing. So I'm just going to put it here, public, and I just need to flip the vibe to hot, but there will be catch. Okay, so now I will just copy the same thing, paste it here, and there will be another check also, else if oops, it's equal to vibe dot hot. We don't need to change it. Okay, so I'll just revert another one as revert already vibe is hot. Already hot vibe is hot. That's crazy. Similarly, I will just do the same thing for like 3 functions. So here cold green. Okay, so okay, and oh, cold, cool, yeah. Makes sense, right? If I just do it this way, that looks better, right? Here I do it here. Forward, okay. Just give me a second, I will just forward format. Okay, I will just give it a formatting, and now all I gotta do is just mark these all as, actually make them as a particular error. Okay, so error VibeNFT error. Here I have to just mark it as cool. Oops. Nope. Yeah, great. And now let me check forge. Wow. Yeah, okay. But the first one is correct, right? So okay, that was correct. I can just close this terminal and env file, and yeah, I was working on this deploy script, so yeah, we're going to return a VibeNFT image, sorry, a VibeNFT object. Okay, now I need to first create a VibeNFT. Okay, so VibeNFT is equal to new VibeNFT. Now here I need to supply 3 image URIs, which are going to be here. Now, if I want to read out something from a particular file, then I have to use vm.read file. But there is one more thing. Did I add it in my Foundry terminal? Access to images, right? So yeah, now I can do it. Because if it cannot access it, it is not going to be possible. So vm.read file, and I'm going to just take those .img/pool.svg. I have a bad feeling about this, I don't know. But I feel like this is not something that I'm doing correctly. Let me think for a while. Okay. I think into the function run, I need to supply something. I'm going to check the reference again. Okay. So function tests when I was doing it. Okay. Did I do expected URI? I did do that. The read file function. I used it before. Where did I use it? Well, I was deploying it. Supplied it. Deployer. Now, where did I use it? I definitely used it in my previous project. Okay. So, yeah, maybe I didn't deploy NFT tests. Mode NFT test integration. Okay, I don't know. I'm just checking it on that. Yeah, I did use it. Freak. I sometimes completely forget things. Okay. I was doing it correctly. but I was like, okay, let's give it a check. Okay, so fine. Okay, so we read that string memory, yes, memory, and it is cool SVG, right? So yeah, cool SVG URI. Okay, and we've read it. Similarly, we are going to just, okay, so good. Now it is not cool SVG, it false SVG. Guys will also do the same thing for SVG. Okay, I didn't use the SVG. Green SVG, fine. And I also need to green SVG. Okay, and now when I'm done with this, I have to just use vm.broadcast here. Sorry, what am I doing? Start broadcast. Okay, and vm.stop broadcast. But wait, stop broadcast and return VibeNFT. But wait, when you're supplying these all kind of functions, like when you're supplying it back here, we actually need it to convert it into, like the image are required to be converted into the base64 encoding, which means I have to do that manually and then attach that starting part, which is this one, to the base64 encoding, right? So I will need to make another function convert SVG to URI, okay, and public view, public pure, no, not a pure one, not a view one. It actually defines some things, right? It is required to be returns, but it can be a view mission, can it be? Public view returns cannot modify the state. Yeah, view can be that. And here it takes a string memory and image URI. That looks fine. Now I need to first store it. Yeah, it's not going to be. Is it going to be? I'm not marking it if I'm unsure about it. String initial URI, initial URI, and I will just take it here, and or maybe not. I can just easily return it by just doing okay. I don't have to do this. I have to use, now I need to convert it into bytes, then I need to convert it into byte 64, which means I have to import base 64 from this admin contract / yeah, here we go. So we've imported base 64 from there, and I can easily base 64. And at the end return and I have also need to string, convert it into a string. A lot of work going on here. I just inserted this whole part, but It could have been better for readability perspective if I did it in that way, but for now I'm just going to keep it like this way. Guess so. Okay, so basically we are going to be returning this part, and I'm thinking I will write a mock test for this to check if this is returning the correct string. So I will do one thing. Okay, I will just write a test for this before going further, and that is going to be a mock test. So sorry, unit test. So unit, and I will just make another file. Check. What should I say? Deploy conversion test. Yeah, that's something good. Import test from forge.std/ yeah, that's great. Import what? Deploy VibeNFT from /script/deploy VibeNFT. Yeah, that's just great. Do I need to also import that? Nope, I don't need to, because we are not using VibeNFT right now. We are just checking out if the conversion works fine, right? So now, okay, contract test, or maybe not, deploy, okay, conversion test. Conversion test. Deploy conversion test. Okay. 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 Now function setup. Yeah, it was like this. Holy, why should I even say that? If you saw it, just think I'm bad. Okay, so right here I'm just going to make a string. Okay, string. Should I make it here? Maybe. Okay, I probably need to deploy. Probably need it here because let me think. No, I don't need to. Yeah, that's correct. So now I will make a deploy conversion test. Deploy. Oh, why am I making deploy VibeNFT? Deployer is equal to new yeah, that seems good, but there is no constructor, right? So we don't need to do that. So let's not do this. Okay, and take it outside because it's not actually required. And now I can just okay, now deployer is equal to, see, basically when we are deploying it, the new function gets created, but all we gotta check is this convert svg to URI. And how will we do that? We can call convert svg to URI on this. Okay, so if I just okay, the recording was stopped, so I just started it again. Okay, so basically what we are doing here is we got to think about how are we going to make it crazy. That's something I need to think about it for a while. So I need a reference. I'm just looking for this. when we were checking out if the deployer or test convert SVG to URI, and let me see one thing. When we are in stocks, yeah, that's correct. So if we are basically taking it, we are taking new deploy mode.nft, it returns mode NFT, and it is definitely taking some of the objects. Okay, yeah, I did not complete that. I did not complete the whole part. I had to first keep it in here. Even though it's wrong or right, it doesn't mean you need to care about. All you gotta do is just keep it for now and then check it later. Okay, so yeah, it's true. I was just confused for a while. Okay, so this is a little bit tiring for me. Oops. Okay, I'll just take some water. The focus shifts. Okay, now it's going to be fine. Now, VibeNFT. Okay, let's see. If I want to pass all of those into this, I have to start with cool SVG URI. Okay, so the recording was stopped because it was a too long video, but I just fixed it and it is going to be fine now. So let's get back to what we were going to do. Okay, so hot SVG URI, and there is one more which is green SVG URI. Great. So we put in all of those three into this. I think it is going to work fine. Let's do a forge compile first. And yeah, what is it doing here? What is it doing wrong? Convert SVG to URI. What is it doing wrong? Where is it doing wrong? The question is that. Returns. Oh yeah, I didn't put in anything. String memory. Now it's going to be fine. Return VibeNFT. Okay. VibeNFT. Okay, new VibeNFT, and I passed in all those three, and return argument type contract. Return argument type is VibeNFT. What is it that? Something wrong? It returns a string. I've put in the string. Okay, yes, because wait a second. What did I do? Oh yeah, I forgot to. This Solidity is a good language, to be honest. Public returns, yeah. I need to return it. Public returns. I didn't specifically choose that. It's not implicitly contract VibeNFT. What did I do wrong? VibeNFT, yes, okay, VibeNFT. VibeNFT. Okay, yeah. So small mistake. Okay, I don't know how did this open? Okay, but anyways, okay. Now, when I'm testing it, I'm making a setup function, and for real, if I tell you so, I don't feel like there is any need of setup, to be honest here, but definitely there is, because I'm intending to call that function. So deploy is equal to new deploy VibeNFT. I know I may look like I don't know much, but yeah, it's my first time building my own project too. So it is fun. Okay, so what should I do now? I should do a test function. I did the fusion instead of the function. It's crazy. Test deploy conversion works okay, or maybe just do it works. What is works okay? Okay, fine. Now when I'm here, after doing this, I will just call deploy.convert svg to URI, and I will just do some manual work here. I will just take this whole part in the form of a string, and I will just test it here. Okay, so string memory mguri is equal to, I know there's a lot of stuff, and to be honest, yeah, I should remove them also. Okay, let's do one thing. Yeah, that's better. Last but not least, that's crazy. I have to do the same thing with the others also. Purging from down. Looks better. One more, that is, okay, I shouldn't have done it from here. I know it will change the signature a little bit, but okay. So maybe not, I'm not sure if it does change, but I think the spaces does affect it. Maybe not. Okay, so taking this big string, giant string here does not make sense at all. So I am going to just take this string. Yes, it is the same size thing, but why not? Okay, so import it here. Okay, so we are basically passing this string here, and give me a second, Base64, and can we paste it directly? Holy shit, not, we can't. Okay, I will just do it as we used to do. I was just experimenting whether it works or not, but okay. Cool SVG. Yeah. And all I want is just copy and mg svg. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay, it's closed. String memory svg URI is equal to this. It's supposed to be that. Okay, so here's the URI that I've got from there. Copy. I'm just doing some manual work because we just gotta test it, right? That's fine. So here, and yep, I think that will work completely fine. Okay, there's a lot of stuff, and yeah, there needs to be a Samuel call in, and now svg, and there we have svg URI. Okay, URI. Got it. Keep it inside and do it assert eq. Okay, we've already added those things in our Foundry terminal, so our test should work completely fine. Forge test. Okay, so what have I done wrong? What have I done wrong here? Okay, I forgot one thing. Yeah, that's my mistake. I should use single quotes. Okay, come on. Now let me test it. Did I use that 2 times? I shouldn't. Okay. Same mistake 2 times. It's kind of crazy, right? For sure it is. And did I just... Oh yeah. Okay, my bad. I don't have to do it right here. I had to do it here. Okay, seems fine now. Because... Is it required here? Nope, it isn't. I wish it was. What happened? End quote, okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, it is the same thing that it was asking before. Sometimes things are too crazy for me, to be honest. I first need to check myself if it's working correctly, because I'm the one who does the blunders. Okay, let me try it first. Please help me, God. Please help me. If this works fine, okay, I don't have to do that. Okay, please work. And yeah, as expected, I did something wrong. I broke something as always. Okay, fine, I will just do that again. That's what they expect me to. Okay, so paste it in one more time. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Will it work? I don't even expect now, but I just hope it works. Are these spaces required or just very important with it? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think these are important. Now it should work fine, at least. It still does something wrong. Let me see. Data application. Wait. Oh shit. I have to just define it to be image. And that's why I kept just doing SVG plus XML. Holy shit. I'm crazy, man. I didn't even look at it. Okay. So now after pasting this, it should work completely fine, right? I hope so. Debugging this kind of code is kind of crazy often. Okay, so CR import. Okay, it is. Let me see now. Forge test. Okay, forge test. Come on. Okay, my typos are really severely bad, and it's not equal. Why is that so? Why is that so? Because I'm also doing the same thing here. Whoa. SVG plus XML. Yeah. After return the image URI. Now it should work fine. Does it? Nope, it doesn't. And we have it right here. Image SVG plus XML. Base64. What is going wrong? Let me see first. I'm taking the code. Okay. Yeah, this one is the blue one. Okay, just give me a second. I'm gonna change something. I'm gonna log in. Okay. Oops, I'm putting the wrong one. Okay, get back to it. Okay, now, so after doing this much, I'm going to try it one more time. Wait a second. Okay, so it is failing, it's still failing. Let me see if it opens when I just put it in this one. It opens it, and what about the other string? What does it open? Yes, there is something going wrong right here. Base64 and the conversion is not correct. So what have I done wrong in the deploy script? Here I've done something wrong. Okay, Base64.encoded. Can I just do it directly? Let me see. If I can do it, that's great, because I thought it was required to be converted into Base64, but it is not required to be converted into Base64. Let's see if it works fine. I'm not sure about it because I haven't done it so many times. Image UI, okay, so it always takes the bytes object. Okay, so here I have got this, and then I converted the string into the bytes. Okay, just one more time, and it doesn't work. Okay, now what am I testing right here? Once again, let's go back. I've got the image from here, okay, which is in the form of SVG. Now I want to convert that image into a URI form or Base64 form that can easily be accessed by the browser. Now there is something going wrong. What am I doing wrong? I have to check it using, I will just take the reference, okay? I will take reference from a previous code now, and what am I doing wrong? And here I stored the SVG as discrete SVG, store the actual URI SVG. I'm pretty much doing everything right, but there is still something going wrong. So okay, there's only one thing that I think I should just try to just keep it differently. Wait a second. When we are comparing them, it cannot be asserted, right? Here we got the image URI that we received, we converted it into bytes object and then we encoded it. And that's the same thing that we did it on the last project, right? We didn't. Okay, we kept it in the normal way. Expected URI. I did the same thing, didn't I? API.encode path. Okay, this is test. My bad. I have to go for the deploy script. String base URL, Base64-encode, bytes, string, but it was already that. So why did we do a string and this stuff? Because it was supposed to be, right? Let's try this. I don't have any idea. Why did we do that? Completely forgot. So I'm going to try that, if that works. And okay. Oh, my bad. I have to do it in the deploy script. Oh yeah, this is the deploy script. And wait a second, it is SVG. It is written as SVG. Now it's taking a bit of time. When we are taking SVG, we are encoding it into a bytes object, and then we are converting it into okay, we are encoding it. Fine, that is something okay. But why are we doing this? I need help now. Oops, what did I do? Okay, why are we converting? Okay, in line 28 of deploy mode NFT. Why are we doing string? Why are we doing this? Because I'm having less idea about this. API encode does concatenate the strings, then we are completely converting it into the string form. Why are we doing that? Is it because of the spaces? Could be. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's true. Yeah, I'm right. I'm not wrong here. Okay, so sometimes I can find things like that. Okay, that's amazing. I'm just going to take a bit time here. So why isn't it working? What is going wrong? I think the problem is with them. I mean, wait. If there is something like, okay, first of all, we've got the SVG. I think if you want to test it, here we got this. This SVG is the blue one, right? It's the blue one. I will just copy the SVG once again. I think maybe I have done something wrong with that. It could be. And now I'm just pasting it once again. Okay, it could be that. Yeah, and it seems like I'm right. Let me try once again. Please work. Why is it failing? Why is it failing? Data image C3. Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, let's try using the same thing. Maybe I could be wrong, to be honest. String, and then I'm doing one more thing. Let converting it into a ABI.encode back. Okay, now give it a try. Will it work? It doesn't even. Now it doesn't work. Not well formed. Location stock SVG. There's a colon. What is it? I need help here. I'm stuck. Okay, I will just go into this function first. Okay, so it converts it into a string. I think I'm making it overly complex, right? Let's do one thing. String base URI. Okay, base URI, and we are going to store the deploy. Yeah, we can do it from here also. And yeah, string memory base URI. Okay, then we've got the string image URI, so all we gotta return is just base string base64.encoded, ending it by its subject, and we've got abi.encode to just join both of them, and base URI and image URI. Yeah, I think this should work fine now. So now let's do forge test. It still doesn't work. Why is that so? I need help. Why this test does not work? Let me see. What am I doing wrong? I'm not using, I'm just using this and that one. Okay. Base64 encodes both the prefix and SVGs together, but your expected value in deploys is this, and base SVG is the function of only the SVG. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is correct. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I did it because the dot was good. But okay. Return string byte64.encode had API.encode had. This is correct, I think. That base encodes both the prefix and SVG together, but your expected value in. Wait a second. What am I doing here? Okay. And base URI, image URI. Okay. Wait a second. Okay. Line 40. Okay. Okay, so the functions to return prefix is plain text. I'm confused here. For real, I'm very confused. Okay, Base64 encodes the build. Yeah, these are typos, I can fix them. This is confusing for me. Is building the why base URI and image URI. Okay. That's what I'm doing here, aren't we? Okay. Okay. Return a string bytes. Okay, I got it. I don't have to do this here. I need to do this somewhere else. I got it. I understood it. That was that's kind of confusing, I know, but I got it. I got everything. I understood what was doing wrong. Now let me do forge test. Let me do forge test. It should work now. Forge test. I mean, I somewhat understood what I was doing wrong. Now it should work fine. Wait, not yet. But I will be able to find what was going wrong. See, basically what I was trying to do is, first I'm converting the bytes object, okay, then I'm doing the Base64 encoding on that, and then I'm appending, or you can say, this is not required to be honest, or maybe it does require to do this. See, Base64 encode bytes object, we've converted into that, and should be converting this one, perfect. And now we are just we are just concatenating these two strings together, and then we are converting it into a string. Fine. Now this should work pretty much fine as long as this SVG is correct, right? So just tell me, is it correct? Just tell me, is it correct now? Because I somewhat understood, but maybe not. Okay. A full SVG stars. Yeah. Beginning of the SVG. Take this, bro. What the? Okay. Let's say I did it, but it is not required. I just want to see. It's correct now for the test logic. But the test doesn't work. Work. Let me try once again. The test doesn't work. Right? Yeah, it doesn't. I'm taking some help. This URI is wrong. Wait a second. Is it so? Wait a second. Base64 img/cool. Okay, now copy. Yeah, right. This works fine. Okay, and so it's correct, I think. I mean, sometimes it's really annoying to do such things, but okay. It is correct, bro. What are you talking about? Sometimes AI is really annoying. Okay. This is giving something like a C3Z and something like that. Shouldn't give that, means here I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, let's do one thing. I will just take the help of this function and let's see if it works fine. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is just I'm going to copy this part and paste it right here because it will help me understand if I'm the problem. Okay, just the, okay, let's do it here, SVG, okay. Yeah, it does not pass even now. Means there is something else going wrong, okay? It was correct, but maybe my test is wrong. Means my SVG URI is wrong. Let me try this once again. So copy it, and now shit. And I was just, holy shit, man, that was making me crazy. The other part was incomplete. Shit, and I was just totally lost in the other part. Okay. Some things are really annoying, man. This is crazy. Okay, so I have put in the wrong URL into this, and that's crazy, man. What the heck? Holy shit. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not able to say anything. Shit, what did I just do? That was insane. Holy cow. I was probably doing everything right and just putting the wrong one there. But okay. I don't even remember when did I do that. Crazy. This is crazy. Let me try this if it's working. Okay, so now it should pass finally. Oh my goodness, that almost made me crazy. Shit. So at the end, I think I have built almost the 90% part of it. It should work completely fine. I know I haven't done any mistakes. Now only one thing that is remaining right here are the mock tests, and I'm going to do that right now. Mock. Not here. Okay. I didn't need that. Okay. Mocks. Okay, and there are the mock unit and the integration. Yeah, we have to do the integration just only. Yeah. Okay, so now we have to just deploy VibeNFT.t.sol. Holy shit, I just did that. Okay, I have to delete it. Okay. Oh, I have the switch. I just got to know that I have this also. Okay. Okay. I don't know how to do that. I just found out. What was it? Oh man, I'm totally losing my mind. SPDX license editor. It's been about 2 hours. I'm doing it for a straight license identifier. MIT Advanced Solidity 0.8.19, and now I just got import test. I will just do this. I'm pretty tired right now because I've been doing this for like 2 hours. Contract deploy. Okay, wait, I have to rename this. Is it set up? Yeah, it is set up. And now we have to deploy a new. So deploy NFT deploy is equal to new. Okay, not here. And we have to make a VibeNFT also. VibeNFT. Okay, here. So now when we are doing it, so we are basically going to do Vibe. Okay, deployer is equal to new deploy VibeNFT, and all we gotta do is just do one thing. And if you are testing it out, we have to supply the SVGs. SVGs are right here. It is going to read all of them and use them as the deploy script. Okay, so it's fine. Now what we gotta do is just do deploy. Sorry, VibeNFT deployer dot run. What did I just do? Okay, now I don't need to. Okay, now what? Let's write a test. What should we test now? I've already written this test and it is returning the correct thing on the deployer, so the conversion test was okay. Now let's try minting. Okay, so I'm going to do one thing: address user. It is going to make ADDR user. Okay, and we are going to try to just prank it using that. Okay, so function, let's get to the main part. Function test minting. Okay, public, and now when we are testing out the minting part, we have to first deploy it. Okay, it is already deployed, so prank user, and now we are going to mint it on the behalf of user. So VibeNFT dot mint NFT, just mint NFT, right? Wait a second, what was the description? Safe mint, token ID. I have address is going to be, we don't really need to pass the address, do we? If it's the person that who's asking to, then we can do it message.sender here, can't we? Okay, so all we gotta do is just mint NFT. Okay, now vm.prank. Okay, so once we are minted, I'm testing out the test here, so let me test it. Okay, no problems. You don't need to just say that to me. Does that work? It fails. Why does it fail? My dynamic NFT hot SVG because I have done something wrong here. Okay, now it's good. Okay, so it passes. Okay, so now after testing the minting part, test minting and what? And flip mode works. Okay, and now I can do vm.prank user again, VibeNFT, flip mode, go flip the vibe. And I will also test all of those flip vibes words. Change vibes, let's not flip. Change vibes, and I will just do one more thing here. Change vibes. Change vibes, yeah, that's better. Change vibes, okay, change vibe. Flip the vibe to hot. Yeah, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. Okay, I know it may seem like necessary, but sometimes I just want to be myself. Okay, so here, and yeah, here. Change, yeah. Change vibes to green, change vibe to hot, change the vibe. Change vibe to hot, change vibe to cool, change vibe to greeny. That's okay. So now I'm going to go here, and now I'm going to do the same thing but in a different way to just test everything works fine. So flip vibe to hot. Let me check. Whoa, this was the function, right? So flip vibe to hot. Let me see. Change vibe to cold. Okay, it was like that. Cold, hot, and green. Okay, green. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to do it like that. You don't need to do it like that. And now, what will be tested? Green will be tested. Change the way. Is it? Change the way. Yes, that's good. And do we need to check something? Yeah, we can. Okay, let's not. Okay, let me check. Test. Wrong argument count for function call. Expected 1. Okay, so yeah, we need to pass something here. Let's do the 0 because that's the owner of this. It did mint another one, so it should be 0. Okay, so forge test, and these all pass. All of them pass. Now I just want to check one more thing, that address another user and another user is equal to make ADDR a user another, let's say another. Okay, so now we are going to check whether the function or test fails on it. Okay, so test function test minting. Okay, not minting. Vibes. Okay, test function or change vibes fail on revert on vibes being same. Okay, so no, non-vibes being same. Nope. it reverts on not unapproved owner. Or maybe just use this. Yeah. When sender not approved owner. It's recording, right? Great, 2 hours. Okay, so right now I'm going to mint an NFT first on the behalf of user. Okay, so okay, okay, and now I'm going to try to change the vibe on the behalf of another user. Dot expect revert, and now I'm going to just send that VibeNFT dot change the vibe. That's great, and here I have to just send 0. Great. So now this function should revert. Yes, it is reverting. Now I've written some of them. Let me check what is the coverage. So we are completely testing that deploy script, but our VibeNFT is still remaining and we have to test it. So there is a lot to do here, but to be honest, we can do one thing, because see, when we are writing the main code, we really need to think for ourselves, and we can put our efforts to write those all kind of things. But when we are writing a test, we can give this some work to the AI. So all of the things, like many of the tasks that are still remaining, I'm just going to make a file about it. Okay, so forge coverage debug. Okay, and yeah, I need to give it the source file. Forge coverage dash what was it? It was debug. No. Report. Yeah. And we have to store it inside another file, some file.txt. So here we got a some file txt, and on the basis of this, we can actually get our some of the work done. So VibeNFT, these are all the designs that are not being tested yet. So on the basis of this VibeNFT, now I'm not going to write tests for all of them. It's going to be taking so long, and I just want to complete this project in this while. So I'm just going to ask ChatGPT to write it for us. Okay, so write me tests on the base for mood NFT in deploy VibeNFT test.t.solve. I shouldn't name it like that. I should change the name. The name should be VibeNFT test.t.solve. Now it makes more sense. Okay, yeah, now it makes more sense. Okay, and also I will just remove it from here. Okay, now it makes more sense. Okay, in mood VibeNFT. Okay, what did I just do? For VibeNFT test t dots VibeNFT.solve in VibeNFT test.t.solve, and also on the basis of some file.txt. Now it will write us some tests, and we can get our full coverage for that. These are the two main components. Okay, So right now what we have is just forge coverage. Let me do that. Forge coverage, and we have some of the stuff going on here. See, so our deploy script was completely tested, but VibeNFT was still remaining, and these are pretty easy ones, so I thought I'd not write them myself. Rather, I will just give it the work to ChatGPT, and rather I will just review them once again so that I can have that another try, and I can see that it added some of the tests to change the name, to change other attributes, to change them, check the metadata. And now when we write forge coverage, here we have all of the tests, and the deploy NFT has reduced. Why is that so? Where there is something missing? Why did it change? Did it change something? Okay. Yeah, I just stopped using that. Nope, don't do that. Don't do that. I had to use that also. So, while it does that, and it does supply all of them to inside that, I don't want it to do that. I also want the deploy script to be tested, or we can do one thing. We can do a new file and make a deploy script for that. Okay. Holy shit, what was that? Get outside. And yeah, I have to keep it inside this. Yeah. Okay, we'll make another file. And okay, we mistakenly changed the folders. Okay. So yeah, I will make another file and deploy conversion. I think it doesn't need that. I can use it this way. Deploy conversion task. Yeah, it does need that. Why did we change these? Undo. Yeah, that's an annoying part. So you basically need to do that. I will do it myself. Don't worry. So import deploy VibeNFT from dot is it? I had to do something else. So we basically came out, and now we are going inside the script folder. I must have done something wrong. Okay, so this is inside the integration. Okay. Can you do that before that? Okay, so inside the integration, there is inside anything? Yeah, okay. Everything's good now. Okay, okay. Here, this, and now we can do script and deploy VibeNFT.instance. Okay, great. Now it's good. And all I gotta do is just make another deploy VibeNFT deployer, and I'm not going to make it like this. I mean, I can do it for sure for some of them, so that it is using for them to check the name and all kind of things. I can do that. And to test it, I mean, you don't really have any other, so I can do something else also where it is checking the VibeNFT. So the ones I wrote myself, like this one and this one, I will be using the different VibeNFT. VibeNFT 2. Okay, let's do it like this. VibeNFT 2. Okay, so this will do our work. And what we are going to do is just we are going to make another VibeNFT. Okay, and we are going to deploy it from that. Okay, so deploy So this way we can test over both of the contracts. I know this is not good for the readability purpose, but I don't want to play around a lot of times, and we are testing everything. The forge coverage will be 100%, so why not do that? Okay, so yeah, deployer is called new deploy VibeNFT, and now I can just, I should have rather made another one. That could have been better, right? Because this is seriously bad. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. So deploy VibeNFT nft.test.t.solve test.t.solve. Okay, and all I gotta do is just deploy conversion test. Okay. So I will just copy this whole thing, Control plus A, Control plus C, copy this whole thing into something else. Maybe, yeah, I can do it for the readme. Yeah, okay. And now I can just, yeah, I'm doing something crazy that does not make sense, but yeah, that's something. But I'll just undo anything. Okay, let's not. Okay, guess what it is. I will just copy some of the part of it. So I will just take this part. I'm not able to write anything now. I'm sleepy. Kidding, no, I'm not. And I'm going to just import this also, but Base64 is not required, so I'll just remove it. Okay, and also for this, and I will be just taking some of the part. You can say up till this part, because I tried it up till this part. Wait, not up till this. Yeah, I could have used the selector as well. Should have done it, right? For here. Yeah, selector. Did I? I should have used the selector. It could have been better. Yeah. Okay. But anyways, here, and now we are just trying to do this, and yeah. I have to remove this part. And now if I do a forge test, it should work fine, right? It should, definitely. So I will also be using this. Yeah, this made it complete work. Forge coverage, and should bring URI. Where is it? Okay, what is that? What URI? Green URI. What are you talking about? Green URI. Okay, did I use it here? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, now about the deploy script, this is being tested. So after being deployed, this has to be function test deployed NFT has, or test VibeNFT as default. Vibe as cool. So pm.prank user, we are going to mint again. Okay, this is not Vibe 2. Okay, VibeNFT. Okay, now all I gotta is mint it, and now all I have to do is I have to check whether its vibe is already that. So VibeNFT.test, and getters I have to make a getter. So getters. So I'll need to return function get vibe of a token ID here, and you into 56 in token ID. Okay. Returns what? Returns what? It returns enum. So there was enum. Okay, so I have to open again. Okay, it returns enum, but what mode? Why? Yeah, why? And it is not supposed to be the part of this. I'm crazy. Have to take it from here, make a getter, and return s underscore token ID to vibe, and all I gotta do is token ID. Means I need to create the enum here also. I can do that or anything. Okay, I will just remove this. Now I don't need it. So all I gotta do is just I will create an enum right here. Okay, that will be better. So I will just copy and paste the exact same thing. And also now I can just oops, what did I just do? And vibe NFT dot get vibe of a token ID 0, comma vibe dot true, and all I gotta do is just assert EQ. Where is it? Oh, did I do that? I don't have. Where is that? What is this? Wait. Did I do this? Okay, I mistakenly did it probably, but I don't have to. Maybe I need to do it here. And yeah, I removed the semicolon. Sorry, bracket. Is it working? What did I do now? Huh? This is a long thing. Coach test. Undeclared identifier. What? Okay, it's not supposed to be here, but I definitely need to put some efforts into this part. Okay. Let's try this now. Wizard EQ. So I cannot check it, right? Okay. Is it like that? Not sure. Probably. Deploy conversion rate, deploy VibeNFT. Yeah, here. And now will it work? data location cannot. Okay, so we cannot do that. Okay, so we cannot get the vibe. Fine, let's not do it then. Can we do something else? Can we just get to know if our vibe is correct? Okay, that's not. Let me try. If we are testing everything, then it's good, otherwise not. Okay. Some of them are reverting, and it is a good part of VibeNFT test. Reverts when VibeNFT reverts when test changeTheVibes reverts. Okay, it is because there's nothing like VibeNFT 2. So we have tested over 92%, 90%, 100%. We are almost done with testing all of them. Only some of them are remaining. So to be honest, it's not really required, because if it's over 90%, you don't really need to care. However, taking it up to the 100% is great. So overall, we are almost done with our things. So let's do one thing. Now I'm going to do a fork test. Okay, forage test fork URL, and wait a second, I will do one thing, source.env, and now I'm going to do that same forged test RPC. I can also do RPC instead of fork, and that also works. URL Sepolia, yes, Sepolia RPC URL. Now let me check if it works. Oh, everything works fine, means we can easily deploy it to anything. Now is the main part. It is interesting part. So here is the demo part, you can say, and what we are going to do right here. So I'm going to make a new window here. Okay, here's my MetaMask. I will just sign it in. Oh, it's already signed in, I remember. Okay, open full screen. I will just open it in a full screen. And also I will need to deploy an anvil. So if I deploy anvil chain, that will immediately give us the access. Okay, so we'll just need to reload it, and it will be able to access the anvil chain. Update RPC safe. It should work fine now. And unable to connect. It should work fine. Just a second. It should work. Come on. Code NFT. I can't do it. Why is that so? I will just open it one more time. Come on, let's do it. So MetaMask, come on. Okay, now it works completely fine. Great. So here is our anvil chain, and first of all I'm going to deploy it. Okay, so forge, I will use that script that we made to deploy that script. Okay, script/deploy VibeNFT.s.sol, and yeah, that's what we gotta do. And we didn't do broadcast. I think we should do that. So we've got this, and I think I should enter RPC URL. I know it does do that, but I have to do that. And what was it? And let me check that. env anvil account, and what is it? RPC URL. Okay. Okay, now it's deployed properly. And do we have that contract address? Oh, we do. Okay. So now I can mint it. Okay, not forge. I have to use cast and cast sig and mint NFT. Okay, and I have to paste the address here. Private key. And now I will just take my private key. I think I do have it here, so I will just take it from there. Did I do something wrong? Private key. I shouldn't forget it. Come on. Am I doing something wrong here? Okay, yeah. I'm doing it the wrong way. Because I have to use okay. Am I doing okay? I'm forgetting the cast command. What was it? Okay, let me remember. Let me see it. Well, I know I've been doing this for a long while, but I haven't used cast in a while. So how do I call a particular function? I forgot it. Cast, how to call particular function using cast. Cast call. Okay, I was missing that. Cast call. Is that so? What, forgot it? Contract code is empty. This is crazy. Now, okay, maybe what I'm calling is incorrect. Contract code is empty. Maybe it's some other name. Mint NFT. Okay, it's correct though. How do I mint the following contract using test from a private key? Send. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I'm doing crazy things. Test send. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I was missing that part. I don't really need to pass any arguments, so I will just do this. Out of guess. Come on, why is that so? Out of guess? Man, is it that expensive? Okay. I mean, max priority fee. Transaction. Gas required exceeds allowance. Okay, I will do one thing. I will just confirm it. I will need to take this and I will paste it here. I know it may not work because okay, yeah. Okay, I will do it once again. Okay, I have to use. Okay, finally, I thought that is not going to work today, but it did. So now I just need this contract address, and I can easily go for the NFT that I want, that I deployed just. Okay, okay. Then I was not expecting it to work, but it did. So I'm happy now. And come on, why is that not working? Come on, you got this. It was your, right? Come on, you got this. Come on, you got this. Address, 0 token ID. Oh, it's yours. Holy cow, why is not working? I did do it. Okay, I minted it. Now, after minting it, if I see one thing, after minting, what I have to do? Okay, let's do one thing. I'm going to give it a while. I did paste my contract ID. It was a success. Annual chain. Yeah, it worked, bro. It worked. Maybe I did something wrong, or I was minting it wrong, but okay, copy. Okay, first I need to import it anyway. Okay, let's do one thing. I will deploy another contract. Okay, another contract first. Forge script / script. Okay, script. RPC URL. RPC URL, and then okay. Okay, we have found this. Copy it. Now I'm going to do a cast send. I'm going to send this contract, and what do I need to send? I have to send it moon. Wait a second, mint NFT, right? Mint NFT. I'm going crazy, truly. Private key, private. I can do that, but no, I'm not going to. Okay, I will do one more thing and I will just paste. Okay, it worked, and all I wish is just that I can mint it here. I don't know what is going wrong. Ownership does not match. Why does that show that ownership does not match? I'm the owner, right? Okay, mint NFT message.sender. It is minted to message.sender. It is record. Is it just some address that it is giving it to? Let me see my old one. Maybe I did something wrong. When I'm doing mint NFT, it is just this. Yeah, I'm correct here. Okay, so why is that failing when I'm minting it? But I have to take the contract address, right? Oh, I'm going crazy now. Maybe I did something wrong. It didn't need this before, but now it does. Well, when I do it on this one, it works perfectly fine. Like when I do forge test, even I just did that. It worked. I don't need help with that. Again, Parasol minting supports both message.sender and a custom recipient, but I actually had that working before. Through my transfer, why am I not able to transfer it in this? Is it wrong? I don't know what is going wrong. I have done it correctly. Let's do 1, 2, maybe. I don't know what is going on. 0. Man, I'm doing the same thing, exact same thing, and it's not working. Well, let's try one thing. I will just deploy another one from the window. Okay. I'm taking my previous NFT project here, and all I'm gonna do is just cast. First, I'm going to just deploy it, Forge. Forge script / deploy node NFT structure. Okay, this is really annoying now. It's been 4 hours and doing the same thing. Simulation complete, and I've got this address. Now I just need to copy it, cast, send. Internet, right? It should be right here. Yeah. I will paste a private key here so that I can just test the same thing on here. Okay. Just to check out if it's my logic which is wrong or something else. Yeah, there is something else going wrong. So what is going wrong? There is something else, not that. Maybe I need to pick this one up. Let's see. Nope, there is something else going wrong. I'm not able to import it. So I think I've done everything correctly except that part, and you can see it in the demo. I'm pretty tired right now. It was first time I made this from all scratch. I did take some help, but I tried my best. I hope this works. So let's see in the later video. Bye.